channel Ghazan, channel about fitness and nutrition tips. In today's video, we're going to talk about leg press, different variations of leg press and different angles. Which ones will hit your quads, hamstrings or glutes better? We'll figure out in a few seconds. Let's get going.
A typical leg press is presented at any commercialized gym or any private studio. It'll have the hooks where you can put the weights on. It'll have the hooks where the weights are, the white platform that is made of solid material, non-slippery, a safety hook, I'll explain about that a little bit later, and a hook on the side that you can lock or unlock the machine. Sometimes leg press will have two hooks on both sides. Also, you may adjust the seat to make it higher or lower depending which angle you're trying to hit or how short or tall you are. Safety hooks will secure the weight if you're not able to lift it and you're struggling, or it can be used for explosive leg press just like Anderson squats, which I'll explain in the video momentarily. As you can see, the safety hook could be placed lower or higher depending on the height and length of your legs. Also, the seat can be adjusted to a higher angle or a lower angle. This specific leg press has two hooks for the weights to be loaded on a higher and lower level. We're going to put 25 pounds on each side on a lower level. We're going to start with explosive leg press. First, you want to make sure the safety pin is locked in at your range of motion level. Then you want to put your feet on the platform with your toes naturally facing out and your knees are facing in the same direction as your toes. Don't ever buckle your knees in, don't over-exaggerate your toes out, and don't keep your feet straight yet. Now, you're going to lift the platform up with the weights, unlock the machine, lower the platform down with the knees facing out. You see, I can leave my weights on the safety pin and it will never slam me, so I'm protected. So I'm going to lower the weight, wait for a split second and explode up. Lower the weight, wait for a split second and explode up. So you don't get the bounce or momentum at the bottom of the leg press, just like with Anderson squats. So it is much harder to perform. You may also do explosive leg press with a different stance. Your feet are closer to each other, feet are face straight up. You're going to engage more of your quads in this position. Same movement. You're going all the way down, you tap the safety pin, wait for a split second and then explode up. With explosive leg press, the activation of your glutes, quads and your hamstrings are much higher, and that's why it is harder to perform. So most likely you won't be able to push heavier weight than when you do a regular leg press, because with regular leg press or regular squats you get the momentum or bounce on the very bottom. You may also perform explosive leg press with your feet completely together. A crucial reminder is you must stay tight the whole time. Just because you let in the weight on the safety pin, it doesn't mean you have to get loose. You gotta stay tight to explode up. Regular leg press with a regular stance with your feet in the middle of the platform, toes are slightly faced out and knees faced out in the same direction. Now, if you want to engage more of your hamstrings, you want to move your feet higher up on the platform. You're still gonna engage your quads, but more activation of your hamstrings and your glutes. Exhale on the way up, and when you finish, lock the platform. With regular leg press, you may change your stance as well to the closer stance to engage more quads. Just make sure that the knees are not passing your toes. You inhale on top, lower the knees towards your chest, and then exhale as you push. Don't forget to breathe, don't hold your breath. You may also perform regular leg press with your feet completely attached to each other. Exhale when you press, just watch your knees, make sure it doesn't pass your toes, and don't buckle your knees in. Staggered leg press is uncommonly used, but I love using this stance. The bottom leg is the key. That's the leg that's pressing, and the top leg is there for the balance. If you were to perform a single leg press, you wouldn't be able to push as much weight as you would with staggered leg press. Just remember, the bottom leg is the key. To be able to use your side glute muscle, you may use a band. You may put the band right above your knees or on your ankles. When you use the band, the stance gotta be wide. If it's a narrow stance, you won't feel the tension from the band. Make sure your toes are facing out. Don't buckle your knees in. You must spread your knees out against the band. The band's job is to push your knees in, and your job is to resist that. You will engage your glutes better and more with use of the band. Breathing technique is similar like in any leg press. You want to exhale on top. Please don't let your knees buckle in. That will hurt your hips and your knees and your ankles. You gotta push your knees out. When you finish, lock the machine in. Single leg press is another great tool to hit your quads or your hamstrings if you're gonna keep your foot higher on the platform. Make sure your foot is not in the center of the platform. The right foot stays on the right, the left on the left. Push your knee out, bring it as close to your chest as you can, and exhale on top. Again, if you want to engage more of your hamstring, keep your foot higher on the platform. Same with the left side. Keep your left foot on the left, right foot on the right. Don't force your foot in the middle of the platform. That may cause your knee to buckle in, which may cause further injuries to your hip, your knee, or your ankle. Now, if you do want to use the single leg in the middle of the platform, you may twist your entire lower body to engage more of the glute, but we'll explain that in the next videos. These are the mistakes of the leg press. Don't keep your feet too low on the platform where your knees are passing your toes and your heels coming off the platform. Also, even if you are in the proper stance, but your knees buckle in, that is a major mistake. Please don't do that. Don't hurt yourself. Don't cause any injuries to your body. And the last, if you are to use single leg press, don't use your hands on your thighs for extra support. If the weight is too heavy, then lower the weight, or don't keep your foot in the middle of the platform, twist your knee in without twisting your torso. If you consider this video educational, please like and comment and let us know what you think. We appreciate your support. Now you can watch the mistakes from a different angle. Your knees are passing your toes, your heels coming off the platform. This is a major mistake. And the other one, when your knees buckle in or the weight is too heavy and you won't be able to push and you start using your hands on your thighs. Even if your stance is correct, you're still buckling your knees in. That is a major mistake. And another mistake is not a full range of motion. That may be a cause of too heavy weight, or sometimes you're not controlling the movement and you go too fast. The range has to be full unless you have some medical condition that prevents you to.
Thank you so much for watching this tutorial video. We hope to see you all next time. Have a great week ahead of you. Mwah.